right, welcome to Jack Dodson's Racing Insider News this week. We got Brendan Butterbean Queen here tonight. We got
only one that showed up.
Right.
Well, now, is there any truth to the rumor? Now, there's a big wild rumor going on that Rick Godovic wouldn't show up tonight because he wrecked you in the last race and acted like he didn't even know who he hit and he didn't tore the whole side of your car. Is there any truth to this?
I'm just here so I won't get fined. No, we got them fixed up, ready for battle.
That didn't answer my question.
We're moved on to the next one.
Great politician.
Rick and I are it's racing, so I told him that night. So we're laugh about it now.
We're gonna see if he's gonna laugh about it because he's on here now with us. And we'll just add him to our little.
Oh, he's already there. I'm sitting on his phone books right now.
How are you? Hey, don't be taking my phone books.
Now, we had to put it. We were prepared for you, and we're sorry you didn't. We're sorry you didn't show up and get the steaks and everything you wanted as your, But we, that's pretty. We'll let you get by with it.
We done lost him.
Oh, we done lost your voice here. Scott, what'd you do?
I didn't do anything.
Stand by. Technical difficulties. Yeah, this is about like my Twitch stream.
Tell me he needs to be using the Verizon phone.
Use the banana phone.
I should have brought the banana phone. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you now.
Well, we can hear you, but we can't see you. That might be a good idea.
Ain't on a banana phone.
No. All right, let's thank our sponsors real quick, Rick, before we get into you, before we get started. Virginia 811, Nikki Turpin, and everybody with Virginia 811, we want to thank them for everything they do for us. Black Acid Apparel, Bill Petroff and Jessica, thank you for what you do.
I don't know, expected to see her here this weekend, but I guess they didn't know.
GAC Enterprises LLC. And who's the guy who runs that place, Scott?
Which place? Oh, G.
Guillermo Amaya is his name.
I can't say that.
Bondurant Brothers Distillery. Pepsi. Shouldn't be. Factory Canopies. MPM Marketing. Want to thank MPM Marketing. They're so nice. They're going to help Scott get a driver's suit. He needs one bad. NC 811 with Brian Lovenut Morehouse. Clean. Performance. What is that doing? And thanks to Bill Mullis, Vaughn Crittenden, Chuck Hall with Langley Speedway. All right, Rick, I don't know what to say here. We're getting a lot of feedback off your phone.
That's not really good for Verizon. Hey man, I got my first Snap Mobile sale.
Did you? Well, that's good.
So they just tagged me in.
What microphone you got up here?
What'd you say about it on first class?
Well, miss what you say the first time.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, but I'm scared to talk.
It's bleed black food.
Noise here. It's Bruce in that truck.
I knew it had to be the telephone man to have a problem with it.
I know. But Can you hear me or can you not hear me?
We can hear you, but then we hear us twice.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. How do I mute you guys?
What do we need to do now?
There might be a mute next to our picture. Oh, he hung up.
Yeah, so it's bleeding.
Good Lord, he's back again.
Let's go. Try adding again. No, stay good. Oh, do it again.
Is that better?
That's better.
That's a lot better. What'd you do, Rick? He shut down.
Where the hell's the thing at?
Oh man.
You can click him. Pull him up there. He's frozen.
You can talk now, Rick. We can see you.
I think he's frozen because they do it.
We can't.
Look at that skullet he's growing. He's growing a skullet on the back.
Yeah, that'll be me.
Oh, here we go. We're gonna try this again.
All right, delete the other one. Remove that one. Just click it, and then add that one. You there, Rick?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Any echo?
No.
No echo,
I don't know what we're looking at.
but we don't have a picture of you either. And Brendan says that's the best way to look at you.
I know. That's what my wife says.
Now, Rick, I opened the show with a question for Queen here. He's got a little bit of a.
Don't listen to him, Rick. They're trying to cause team chemistry here.
We're trying to get team chemistry. We're trying to. He was a little bitter when he came in here talking about you hit the side of his car.
I did not say none of that, Rick. I didn't say any of that.
And then he comes in here and says, "Can you believe Rick even looked at me and said, I don't even know who I hit?"
Yeah.
I said, Rick, you know, we hit each other, but I was not bad. They can't mess with the banana phone team.
That's right. There we got the chemistry going. That was our good friend, Mr. Wirtz got a little anxious, I think.
Oh, okay. So he just kind of took you out of the thing and said, "We'll go ahead and get Butterbean too."
We do have Dwayne Shreve's rocker at the shop, though.
Yeah. Well, Dwayne got out of the car and planted a blame on Mark there. There was just a slight tap that I felt as I was in the turn, and that kind of brought me around. And I'm not sure who finished me off, but I did see my number 64, door spinning in the air across my hood.
Well, the good thing was we needed to touch that up anyways.
That's right. Yeah, it was a little rough. Had some donuts on it, so it was time to be replaced.
Well, next time I see Mark, I'll thank him for you.
Yeah. It wasn't. It was just enough to, to turn things around a bit. But anyway, hey, it was good hard racing. We're all in there, diving in there pretty tight. So, and everybody was anxious to get to the front.
Rick qualified with his best lap and got the pole in the second race. So making gains.
That's right.
So Rick, what got you? I mean, you came back this year. You did it last year, but you came back this year, joined up with Brendan, and still got the modified. You just seem like you love to race every weekend you can race.
Yeah, it's time to get back in the groove here. So when Brandon started racing, I kind of backed off a bit, and my Brandon. I'm not talking about Brendan, but so we definitely want to have some fun, and just made sense to hook up with Brendan and those guys and Phil, and hook up with a great team. I know they put me in a great car, and then I can get back in the groove here. We can have some fun.
So with a guy like Phil Warren helping Brendan and basically doing a lot on your car too. That's got to be a good thing for you to know that you've got a good competitive car and have somebody like Phil as a part of that team.
Yeah, it's great, good and bad, because it puts all the pressure on me because you know I'm in a good car.
Yeah, you can't blame it on Phil too much.
I know. I used to have all the excuses, but no, it's good. The car's good, and I'm kind of getting back in the groove. I don't know if I've done, more than a dozen late model races in the past 10 years. So yeah, it's good. Definitely a different animal than the modified, and but no, it's just been a ton of fun, and obviously we know we got a great car and great teammate in Brendan, and he's been coaching me along there, and we're making slow but steady progress.
What's it like to have Brendan as a teammate? I mean, I look at him and I kind of see I kind of see a weird guy over here, but I know you got him as a teammate. So how does that work out?
Well, you can see by he's living my hair dreams. That's for starters. That was one of the main reasons I got on the team, and it's the mullet, because I had a mullet I had a fro mullet back in the day. I've shown him the picture. So no, it's fantastic. It's a good chance for him to coach different people. I know he's coached people in the past, and as you know, I'm a special case.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking about what Frank Denny told us, but I'm just gonna let that one
go. Yeah, it was. Frank was amazing. Well, I want to say he's patient. It was a challenge back in the day there, as we were coming out of the family van and hopping right into a late model. I don't know who recommended that, but if I ever find that person, it's going to be hell to pay.
Yeah. Now, the last time I spoke with you mentioned that Brandon has moved his operation back here again. What's facilitated you bringing it back here?
Well, once we exited the Xfinity side and decided it'd be better to send him to other teams, it made sense to, we really didn't need the shop down there. So moving back up here made a lot of sense, and so we run the modified here and the Lamborghinis, and it just makes more sense to, we don't really want to get back into building late models, and it makes sense for me to work with another good team and not have the responsibility of building cars or owning cars, and then we can focus on owning the modifieds. Matter of fact, there's another one coming up this week. Bruce is going to pick it up, and then the Lamborghini stuff is good business model. Brandon, for Brandon and for the team, and we have other drivers coming to us and learning about that series, and we had a good weekend. I don't know if you saw, we won all 4 races at VIR Saturday with Brandon, his co-driver, and then our other 2 drivers, Mark Kwame and Terry Olson, and Brian Ortiz was in there with Brandon, and he was champion in another series, and he came out of the gate doing extremely well, and really fast out of the gate, and they ended up winning both races.
Wow.
I was going to say it'd be easier to say how many races they didn't win, because you guys do a pretty good job in that Lamborghini class, and I don't know a whole lot about all those different classes and stuff, but
yeah, it's there's 4 different classes in each race, from beginner to pro, and then you can either drive by yourself or with a co-driver, and then in the middle of each race there's a pit window that you have to change drivers if you're co-driving, and it's a good format. It gets it's more driver against driver, because the cars come from the factory close to race ready, and you're in a much tighter box than on the NASCAR side.
Well, I mean, I think that would be a perfect thing for you and Brendan to do, to drive one as you and him in a car together. That ought to be exciting.
Yeah, that we've had discussions. That would be good, because at some point I do want to get in one of those cars and see what it's like, and it'd be good to match me up with another new driver and see what we can do.
Well, Brendan said he's a lot better than you, so he figured he'd have to carry you a lot there.
that could be that. It'll be the first time for both of us. So, but he's got that Italian flowing hair there, so he'd be perfect. And he just
like Italian food too. So
yeah, he's been to Pizza Hut, and he just needs to learn. He needs to learn to speak the language.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah,
and the other thing too is they have the grid girls over there.
I can tell you this: we would Rick and I would have a good time, whether it was here at the restaurant or wherever. You might see the banana phones pop out. I don't know, but we have a good time, and we stick together.
That's right. Once we get to the bottom of that second Mountain Dew, all heck breaks loose.
Yellow. You don't want to mess with us with some yellow.
Hey, I gotta mention too that Nick Smith has been helping Brandon out, and he came to both of those races. Nick Smith, obviously, y'all know, from Langley, so he's been a huge help to Brandon and the team and everything, and it's pretty fun for him. He actually got to drive the Brandon's Lamborghini around at COTA prior to one of the races there. So I think it's great that we're being able to bring some of the other people that we're friends with locally here and kind of give them that experience, and who knows what develops.
Well, I would say you ought to take Scott, but I know you value your cars and stuff. So,
hey, I think Scott and that people don't realize how difficult those go-karts are. I mean, those guys. I mean, nose to tail. You've got to be on your game. So, so someday I wouldn't mind getting in one of those, but you've got to be up on the wheel every second, and to keep the draft there, and stay with your partners.
So how does the Snap Mobile, for the guys out there that don't know, I mean, I think it's a great way to blend in sponsorship and helping out local guys and help out local business. How did that come about?
Yeah, I appreciate you asking. Verizon gave us the ability to drop ship and provide phones and accessories anywhere in the country, so not just at our stores. So we came up with a program, for any drivers that want to sign up, that you will give you a code, driver code, and any of your fans, your family or yourself, if you walk into one of our stores or go to the Snap Mobile shop website, you get a discount on accessories and some of the fees, and then you get a percentage of the sale. So any of your fans that use your code, we had a couple sales today. One was for Nick, and I think one was for Brendan as well. So their customer got a discount when they came in, but then Nick gets a percentage of the profits, which is significant. It's 15% of the profit on the sale goes to the driver to help support the race program. So it's really that simple, and it's easy to sign up, but it doesn't cost you any money, and it's kind of a win-win, and it's good for us. It brings more people to the stores, or if you got fans over in California, they can just go to the website or the social media sites and get and fill out a quick form, just basically their name and phone number, and one of our representatives will call them and process the sale and give the driver credit. So it's really a no-brainer. I mean, we will provide you with decals for the car, but we're not requiring you to use up your whole car with Snap Mobile. You can put a small decal on it if you want. You can put a big decal, and you just share the information about the current specials, and you share your driver code on your social media sites.
Which is very simple. They send it to you and it's copy paste, and you just put your.
Yeah, probably even Scott could do it.
I was thinking that, like, we got to make this simple enough that even somebody like Scott can handle it. And we kind of built the whole program around Scott.
There's a whole lot of programs built around Scott.
Yeah. So I'm like, you need to dumb this down. And, so Scott can jump on board. But, yeah. Yeah. But no, obviously it's, and then, we have a great gal, Caitlin McNeese that, she runs the program, and she's super talented as far as artistically and social media wise. So, she helps guide all the drivers on, here's how you share things. Here's the advertisement and the current specials for the week, and she helps you through that process and getting you set up to get paid. So, effectively, and as we're getting the thing going here, you just get a transfer to your bank account each month for all your sales, and then you get a copy of a report that shows all the people that made a purchase using your code.
Well, that's cool. I think that's really cool that you do that, and Snap does that for the drivers. That's a really good thing.
Win-win for everybody.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. Like I said, we're not asking you to do anything other than share your code with your fans. And even when you get your own phone, you're really double dipping. When you get your own phone, not only do you get a discount, but then you get a percentage of the profit. And it comes right out of my wife's pocket.
Yeah, I'm sure it comes out of your wife's pocket. It comes out of Rick's racing budget.
So now we're going to do a Zoom call, in the next. We were trying to plan it for earlier this month, but we just couldn't get everything ready. But we're putting together like a full instruction booklet, and then we're going to do a Zoom call, live, where people can have a question and answer session, and we'll basically go through the whole process of how you sign up, and how you share information, and how we're going to support you. So we're hoping to do that next week.
So what is your plans for the rest of the year, Rick? Are you going to just run here at Langley, or you have an idea of maybe going somewhere else to race in either the modified or the late model?
I keep waiting for the call from Sam Hunt, racing. It's just my line is open, Sam. Just call me. I'm ready. So other than waiting for that call or from Brandon to let me in the Lamborghini, it looks like I'm racing at Langley and all the modified and all the late model races. So somebody's got to give Brendan a run for his money. I don't want to make it too easy for him to win the championship again here.
Yeah, I can tell you it's not easy.
The same thing with Matt. Matt's excited about us getting this new modified here, and maybe we can close the gap up with him and Brad, and put on a little bit more of a show here.
Just don't tell them that. Do not tell them the trick for qualifying. Do not tell them.
I know. It is our secret.
It's our secret, man.
It is. And just to follow up, just to clear up any questions, I did not spin on purpose in that race.
Wait till you see my vlog. I had that, and then I probably have to edit the part where I quoted Bill Clinton at the end of that too. I said I did not. You know what? Just like he said. But no, we did not. That's something that needs to be cleared up too, because once the race starts, I did not have any communication with Rick at all.
That's right.
None at all. Everybody thinks he brought this caution out. But then the first people that said that and said you were out there to help me. Well, what about the last race after we hit each other? Nobody asked if we did that on purpose.
That is correct. Yeah. Well,
demonstrate right there if you did.
I know.
That's right.
Nobody claimed that.
So you're claiming y'all during the race, there's no connection as far as signals, anything like that.
No. I can't even reach out my window. I'm too short.
I know Rick is he's a telephone man and all this other stuff.
Communication.
So there could be some communication we don't know about. But I'm not going to bring that out to everybody to see.
Hey, I'm still using like 5 versions back on the Samsung here. I don't know much about phones.
He's got a flip phone, with an
I prefer the banana phone is my go-to. But hey, the thing is,
what do you say, Rick?
why would I want to spin? I can look the fool on my own other ways. I don't need to do that.
Well, if you were going to spin, I would have rather you done it off of 2, so there won't a wall on the inside. But,
yeah, that's right. Yeah, but anyway,
Anthony had our back.
Hey, Rick, I know my dad gave you one of those dial-up cell phones one time. How'd you like that?
Oh, I still have that. That's part of my collection.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. I couldn't believe he let you have that because he thought that was, he had that made. He thought that was really great.
That's because it's part of my phone. I got everything from old flip phones to just some crazy old stuff there. So I'm just waiting for them to go back to pagers.
Now look, what is your take on the tire situation for this coming week and weeks following? What do you think's going to be going on with that, and why are we having a tire shortage that I ain't hearing nothing about anywhere else?
It's funny. I was reading up about that yesterday. So there are some supply issues, but the tire manufacturers basically said, we've never seen this type of demand either. So they're producing as much or more as they typically did in the past. But I think it's somewhat just like the toilet paper. People get nervous. So all it takes is, a portion of the crowd that is buying tires to just go from, I'm not going to buy, 6 this weekend. I'm going to buy 8. And think about the change in the volume that would need to be produced if everybody in the country that's buying them, or even a reasonable percentage of those people, bought 2 extra tires. So I think it was just similar to everybody gets nervous, in combination with a little bit of challenge getting materials. But the article I read across was about multiple tire companies. And it was literally yesterday, the day before. It said that they're producing as many or as they have been in the past or more, but it's just the demand all of a sudden is gone up, and I think it's some people are stockpiling them.
Yeah, I believe so too.
I think it's Bruce. Bruce has got our other garage full of F-54s, and he's selling them out the back door for double the price.
Well, that's why Brendan came from up that way today.
He did.
Now, Amy Warren Music just put a thing up here that says, ask Brendan about how he's carrying both teams.
Oh, that's talking about me versus Riley for Phil.
Oh, is that what it is?
Last year Riley was, victory lane every week, and I couldn't win a points race. And then this year, my back's been getting a little bit heavy because we've had Phil and victory lane more times at Langley this year than Riley.
Riley has.
They got part failures going on, and Riley's wrenching on it, and I don't know what's going on over there.
Who put that fuel pump?
I know Riley messing with the fuel. I don't know if he peed in it or what he did. I don't know.
It's either that girl just scared.
Yeah, he's got the girl on the brain, and I don't know.
Now, Amy, is Phoenix coming? Is Phoenix coming this weekend to race against Riley again? I thought she was. I talked to her mama not too long ago, and I think was supposed to come.
If she comes, he'll be. He asked me last time. Let me just tell you this. Last time, my man came back to the pit at the end of the night. I asked him if he saw a late model race. He said, I saw part of it. He had a big old knot on the side of his head. He done ran into some billboard over there, not paying attention. What was he not paying attention for? I don't know what's going on.
Paying attention to?
Yeah, I don't know what was going on over there, but he wasn't watching the race. Is all I know.
Oh,
yes, she is coming. So that'll be
good.
good.
I guess I'm gonna hang out over there in the Bandolero pits.
Oh, it'll be like The Bachelor going on over
there. Maybe Riley gets a rose. Riley bring her a rose.
Yeah, Riley. Yeah, I'm gonna text him. You know what? He got to bring her the rose and say, "I'm giving you the rose, so you can move to the next round."
Well, Rick, I appreciate you spending some time. I know you got some stuff going on, but we appreciate you spending time with us tonight, man.
Oh, it's great. I appreciate you guys having me on, and take care of my guy there. He's got demands. He's got needs.
Yeah.
Hey,
So
I'll call you when we're not on the record on live. I'll call you, man. We got some talking to do before this weekend. So
yeah.
All right.
I,
Make sure your radios are right.
all right. Let me go count these tires here, and maybe we can practice a little bit more. I'll bring them all on track this weekend.
Okay. Thank you, Rick. And next time hopefully we'll get you here with us.
Yeah. Sorry about that. It was just we've been trying to sell this tractor for a long time, and a guy flew in from Texas here today, so they're actually sitting here waiting for me to sign it over. So hey, appreciate you having me, and thanks and for everything, and hey, thanks to the Queens and everybody that's been helping me out here.
we got you, buddy.
Take
All
care.
right, man.
Thanks.
Good luck, and we'll see you this weekend.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.
All right, man. All right, man. Now you can talk trash about him again. He's gone.
He's still there. He's still trying to get me in trouble.
Oh, that's an old one.
No, it's the same one.
Well, I didn't remove it.
You see what I'm working with?
Oh, Lord, he done come back
I think I
again.
need to come,
Yeah,
I think I
just
need to come
leave.
host the show with you.
Just
We'll
leave it.
still
When he
call it
closes
Jack
out, it'll
Dodson.
go.
No, he needs to get his equipment fixed over there so we can have like it's supposed to be. That's what happens.
We'll
So how does this change y'all's racing? You're taking care of 2 cars now, helping Rick.
It's challenging. As far as it's double the workload. Not that it's a bad thing. Nothing against having Rick. We love having Rick, but we kind of try to bounce back and forth, try to cross all our T's and dot our I's on one, and then go to the other. And then sometimes I'll mess with one while Phil messes with the other, which helps me, gives me more experience doing things on my own. Then like today, Phil was messing with my new car, and then I was messing with my Langley car. So, because we're in the process of trying to get our new car done, I think we're going to try to run it at Sobo for the big race. I got a new Hitchcock. But we got 3 cars in there. Obviously, Rick is one of the main priorities, and then we're kind of bouncing back with my other cars. We want to get the new car done, but at the same time, when you're racing back to back with 2 teams, it's hard. It takes a lot of time. I mean, it takes most of the week servicing, and that's the thing people don't understand is how much it actually goes into these cars, especially last week, having to replace both sides of both cars. Might as well have been a whole body if you just would have replaced the center, and no, it's changed it a little bit. We've still been getting our work done by Thursday, loading up and doing our testing thing. Testing's been a little bit of a different thing because normally we'd come over here with mine on Friday morning and be done early. Now we got to test 2 cars. So trying to make sure we both get on the track before it gets hot versus, little stuff like that. But seems that we're doing better. The hard part was making sure we had enough guys to do, all my guys are volunteer. So I couldn't expect them to take on another role. They're giving up their time to help me. So trying to fill in spots, make sure we had enough people to basically, when we're at the track, take care of that car to where we don't have to worry about how it's getting the tech, and how and putting fuel and putting tires on it. We're there, we're a team, we're helping, but we also got to get my car to tech. So that's been a challenge, but I think we're making progress and it's been going smooth. And the first race we won opening night and Rick finished 5th, and then Rick was kind of a little off. Not him. The car was a little off the next week.
You can say.
And we went back to work anyway. And we made his car more like mine and came back, and it was definitely better last week. And he ran the fastest he's ever been. So
now is this Rick's car or is this one of y'all's cars?
It's one of ours.
Okay.
So
it's the same chassis?
It's a different chassis. It was our one we built in 2016, 2017. It was after hours, but it's got a Creech clip.
Okay.
So it's the chassis is different than mine, but got the same motor, not same Ford, but same motor builder with Rayvon. We stayed loyal and made sure we got a Rayvon motor for that car. He's on the same shocks as us, and pretty much everything on it, the front end and stuff's like my car, and we've done our best to try to make the cars as close as we could. And like I said, I'll get in it and drive it and give my feedback. And the car is not bad. We've definitely gotten it better throughout the year. And working with Rick, our biggest thing with Rick was consistency. He'd hit it one lap, and the next lap would be off. So we've really been trying to preach that in his head. So it helps out when I can drive it, and then I can go down in the corner with a radio and talk to him and just coach him. Like last week, I didn't practice first practice. I just spotted for him on the radio and watched the car. And so it's been good for us too, because we've tried things with him that's helped up,
Well, that was going to be my lead into my next question. Is like, it gives you an opportunity to try things,
exactly,
do little different things, and see if it works, not work, those type of things. And the other question I was going to have is, how different are you guys' car? I know you said it's kind of the same or pretty close to the same, because not everybody drives the same.
Right.
What's your comfort level and what his comfort level or what my comfort level would be or whatever. Sometimes it's different.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the cars are as close as they can get without being the same chassis and the same motor. He's got the Harrington, where I got the Ford Crate. Both 4-barrel motors, but they still drive different. Every chassis drives different. Mm-hmm. We tried, like I said, we definitely tried to make everything close. But yeah, like you said, it's been interesting because I can get in it, and now I know what a Harrington feels like. We've actually done some things on his car that we still haven't done to mine, but I think it might work, that we found through the testing. But like I said, it started off and Rick's been super easy to work with. By far the best person I can ask for to be in that situation. He's a wealth of knowledge for the business side of things to help me for the future if I want to keep a program going like that. Even whatever I do outside of racing, I can still keep that going on the side as a business. And it's just all around good. And like I said, I think Rick's having fun. That's the main thing. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think it's been good, and Rick's definitely ran better, ran the best I think he has in a late model. So he's pretty happy, and we're having fun. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
I think he came to us at the right time. He came to us when we were finally starting to climb over the hill a little bit, and for him, he didn't want the headache of owning a late model and having to take care of it, and he came to us where we already had notes. We've been running here every week, and we travel too. We don't just run here, so we're staying in the loop of what's going on, and that's big right now in the late model world.
So did he come to you all and say, "Look, this is what I'd like to do," or was it a group thing where y'all just got together and said, "Hey, let's try this and see if it works"?
Well, I was actually selling that car to make room. I didn't need it. We were building a new car. And I was just kind of out of room, and I put for sale or rental opportunities because nobody wanted to buy it for what you asked for. And Rick messaged me about renting it. So we sat down and had a meeting, and everything that we both talked about, we all just came to an agreement on it. And it's been super easy, like I said. And Rick's advantage on it is he's able to help us make improvements to that car for him that we probably couldn't have done without him. So so he has the resources to help us, try to get stuff for it, and because he's driving it. So it's been a win-win for both sides, and
good it came along when it did, because it seems like to me, I don't know how it feels to you, but it seems like to me your performance has gone up a lot when all this started happening.
That was one of the next questions. Like, what's the difference from last year to this year? What's changed?
My maturity, even though
you still got to.
Yeah, well, I feel way more mature in my decision making in the race of when to make it versus lap 1 versus lap 50. I think that's took me a while to get. I'm starting to experience. I'm starting to finally put the race together. You know, last year I was fast and we were right there, but it was like we'd lead and right at the end, something would restart or we get passed with 5 to go by Peyton. That happened one night. It's 5 or 10 to go. And this year it's just like, I think my confidence was up, not cocky, but the confidence of knowing we were the champions. And I felt like I had a chip on my shoulder of something to prove still. We won the Hampton Heat on a controversial call. We won a championship without winning a race. Everybody's like, man, you know, it was a shortened season. You didn't win a race. And this year we come out the gate back on the pole like we were last year, and to win 3 out of 6, 2 seconds, and then obviously the 6th. That was the worst finish I've had at Langley in over a year and a half due to the damage. But at the same time, it's like I'm starting to finally know what I need to win races. Once you get that feel, it's just like
You know what you want.
and I'm starting to put it together. And then like last race when I won, I led every lap for the first time. I learned so much leading that race that I think is going to help me for the rest of my career. I learned so much out front that I think I'm like, why didn't I understand this years ago? But and I'm not saying I'm gonna come over here and win again. I hope, but it's racing. But I think we're gonna have to get on top of this 2-tire deal. But I think like what you said, I think it's safe to say a lot of people would agree that our whole program performance is like, you know, gone way up. And I'll say it. I think it has, but for the people watching, you know.
Oh,
Well, there's no doubt it has. I mean, you can see it. You know, you showed me a little bit, a couple races there where you were, when you and Greg and you showed me some stuff there, and that's not the Butterbean I remember very much there, because he looked like a real race car driver there.
Yeah. Well, too, I think too, and going back to your statement of you know what you need now, and I can relate to that. I know some conversations I've had lately is like, you know where you need to work on, but you don't know what the feel of a fast car feels like. So or for me, I would say is like, I don't know what that really feels like, so I don't know what I need until you get it and you hit it and you're like, oh, this is what I've been looking for.
And on top of that, not to cut in, but the big thing is knowing from daytime to nighttime to transition. Like, do you think when the nighttime comes that grip's going to be there where you need it? And I feel like I'm starting. Obviously, Phil. I mean, Phil's the man, but Phil will tell you we both struggled. I struggled as a driver. He struggled as a crew chief. We were behind, and I think now I don't want to say we're ahead of anybody here because I don't think we are. I mean, Connor and them are working hard. Mark's working hard. Greg and Danny can drive this place blindfolded. We're not ahead of them, but I just think that we've found something that's working for me, and we're putting it on them, you know. I mean, it's I don't ever come over here and think that we're going to beat Greg or Danny or Connor because they can win on any given night. But it definitely feels good showing up and they're thinking the same thing about me, you know. I mean, you can see
it's a weird position to be in because you haven't really been there.
I feel the respect level that has changed. You know, they talk to me more and more than just racers, you know. I feel like I've turned in their, you know, in everybody's opinion. Like I haven't been
a few years ago.
Yeah, you know, not. I mean, it's racing, stuff's going to happen, but I feel like we've been running clean, we've been running respectful, and what do you say?
I'm hearing bulletin board material from you now.
Yeah, Mason told me the night that Greg and I raced, he said, good luck to you, but I hope you're not on the top with 5 to go. And after the race, I said, didn't you say this earlier? You didn't want this to happen? No,
that was a close one.
It was a close one.
That was a really too close.
Yeah.
That's why I like the last one a lot better. That one was a lot better for me. Not for fans, but that was a lot better for me.
It was fun to watch. I mean, you guys raced each other real hard. It was clean, and it worked out.
I know Greg broke my pole streak too, so I was a little sad about that one. I keep giving him a hard time. He beat me by 1,000th to break the pole streak.
When you think about the competition here at Langley, Danny, Greg, Mark Wertz, Connor Hall, Justin Carroll. I think he can win races if he gets a good.
Is Matt? I'm gonna say this name. Works, not Works.
Waltz.
Waltz. Is he coming back to run weekly? Do we know?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Not this week at least. I don't know though.
Mhm.
I saw something on there. Somebody said something to him, and he said something about he was going on a boat or something. I think.
Yeah. I mean, I was excited. I thought he was going to run better in the Cars Tour, obviously as well as he's done here.
Well, I think that just that shows you how tough the competition has gotten from not being
In it.
in it.
For a couple years.
I tell people, I say, you miss 1 week, you're behind. Like, and I truly believe that. Like, you miss a month, it's like, well, I'm gonna start over out here. Like,
Yeah.
and it might not be as bad racing at Langley, but when you're going on the tour, all those guys race every week at a different track, and they're on top of their game. So it's
And most of those guys have full-time crews. I mean, they're
Exactly.
big teams. You got some guys that have some ties to some bigger teams.
exactly.
Has there ever been a thought in your mind? I know you ran one. They took your check from you, your big check from you, but wouldn't give it back to you. But I know has there been some thoughts of maybe trying to run the Cars Tour on
Oh, absolutely. I wanted to. We planned on running last weekend, but our new car wasn't quite where we wanted it, and without being able to test it, we didn't want to come over here with no practice. I felt like we would have had a really good shot at it, based off of how we've been. Different time, the tires a little different that they run, but still Langley. I felt like we'd have been in the ballpark.
What tires are they on?
They run on F45, but it's a little bit slower. It's a little bit taller, and it seems to be about a tenth or two slower than what we run. So that was definitely a thought. And to be honest with you, if the Rick deal wouldn't have happened, I had intentions of trying to run the tour this year and not run here every week and just run the tour and then run when I wanted to on the off weekends, because I'm trying to finish school and I'm trying to get that side of my life straight. And I was like, if I run the tour,
you're gonna be gone a lot.
well, it's only like 11 races,
Yeah.
so it's like once or twice a month. And then if I had off weekends, I could go if I wanted to race somewhere or take it off, or just get ready for the big races and go practice at those tracks and race some races. But with the Rick deal, we committed to running Langley, so I might as well run Langley, and that's kind of how that happened. Now next year, that's a possibility. I really want to do it at least once. Run the whole season, try to get in that Tour and 12 deal, and I think it'd be good for me just to do it, to get the experience of racing at all those tracks. And, I don't know. I think it'd be fun. It'd be a lot of
I
fun
think so.
to go on the tour.
Oh, for sure. And I mean, a lot of people watch it. I mean,
Exactly.
you've seen Langley post where
Rodney Childers is watching.
Rodney Childers is watching. A lot of people watch the tour, tour series.
It's good coverage. I mean, it's like watching a cup race, and the way they run it is professional. I mean, the way they run it is how I like when I went to do the ARCA deal. That's how it was. It's like,
It's gotta be
I
ready.
mean, it's like you're on a time thing, and I think, and also if I could go win a cars race, even though I am a cars winner now, just not a driver, but it'd be one of the biggest wins of my career. I mean, not bigger than the Hampton Heat. The Hampton Heat was huge, but
The Hampton.
but a cars tour win is beating the best.
Oh, for sure.
That's the guys you got to beat at Martinsville. That's the guys that you got.
Same thing for the Hampton Heat.
Exactly.
I would put it up in that.
Yeah. Oh, the Hampton Heat. If I would never win another one, that one I won
Can't
is
take it away.
is still the biggest win of my life. I mean, that's a crown jewel,
Yes,
late model race.
for sure.
So
That and Martinsville is the next closest thing.
if I could win Martinsville and have a clock, I think I don't care what I won the rest of my life. Like that would be, I've won that in the Hampton Heat, like,
That Martinsville
And
is
I
such
won-
a tough race.
and I won, and not really a crown jewel event, but I did win the Ronnie Burnett race at East Carolina, which was a special race down there.
Mhm.
So I don't count that like a Hampton Heat, but still, hey, still one of their big shows.
Yeah.
But you know, the Hampton Heat, I got the check. I got the Happy Gilmore check.
I
You
know.
got to keep it. Martinsville, Hampton Heat. Yeah, I would say Martinsville would definitely be the first because I mean that's like our Super Bowl of late.
Oh, yeah,
models.
I would-
Nobody ever wants to win Martinsville. You know?
I would take a Martinsville over to Hampton Heat, but the thing I like about the Hampton Heat is
It's our baby. It's ours.
it's our baby. I grew up watching it, and then at the same time, you know, there's only a handful of drivers that have won the Hampton Heat. Which I mean, there's only been 12. What 4? I won the 12th, I think. But there's a couple repeat winners, and you know, I traveled a lot of tracks, but I still swear Langley is one of the toughest. Like, you know, you watch people come in here and just struggle.
Well, yeah, I think you go. I think everybody goes to those bank tracks. I guess I was wondering, like, why don't a lot of these guys come to Langley? Is it because it is so tough to get around? It's easy to go to, you know, Dominion where you got the bank and the
It's
lean
a lot
on.
easier.
I mean, I don't know. I've never run any of those bigger tracks. I have no idea.
Oh, it's a lot more forgiving. Here, if
Right.
you get in too hot,
Yeah.
you're either going around hitting the loose stuff. There, if you get in hot, the banking catches you. You know, so this track is such a finesse track. You know, a rhythm like all
Well,
night
I
long.
would say
you know?
Martinsville's got to be that same way because it's so flat.
Exactly. Martinsville's a
Speed it
lot.
up on the curve.
Martinsville's a lot of which I've only had one good run there, and my other run that was decent we broke, but we've struggled there. That's on our lit calendar right now this year to go there, which we haven't been there with what we've been doing now, but to go there and be better is on our agenda. We've struggled there, but I feel like you got to get off the brake pedal there. You know, let it roll to center.
What's that?
You better drink a lot of Pedialyte and water for this year's Hampton Heat.
I have flashbacks to that one.
Yeah, that was a tough one.
I have flashbacks to that one. I don't know. It was all because of the for me the biggest problem I had in the 2019 one was first year with the no ride height rule, which I don't run no at the time I didn't run any helmet blowers or anything like that, but they didn't count caution laps, and it seemed like from lap I think 120 to 160, I swear we ran 100 caution laps, and there was no airflow.
I
And
was gonna say the caution is gonna be worse.
and it was just like it just started adding up, and I've never in my life about fell out of the car, but that night I started hallucinating.
Before they threw it and let everybody have a break.
Oh yeah, before I flew out, I took my helmet off and had it on the helmet hook riding around under caution. I got in trouble for that, by the way, but I did do it.
I bet you did get in trouble for that one. Well, anyway, we appreciate Brendan and Rick being with us tonight. But before we go, we didn't ever go through the winners from this past weekend, and we got to make sure that we give the winners their due because we have a winner sitting here with us.
And the spotter.
The spotter and the winning spotter.
Car store winner got an Edelbrock hat.
All right, in the Cup Series this past weekend, Kyle Larson got the win. That was at Sonoma.
And Anthony was spotting.
Yeah.
Oh, he was spotted for that one too.
Will
Oh,
Larson.
all right. Xfinity, that was at Road America. Mid-Ohio. Excuse me. AJ Allmendinger got the win. The ARCA race at Mid-Ohio, Ty Gibbs got the win. And the ARCA West, Chase Briscoe got the win. At Kingsport Speedway this past weekend, Wayne Hale got the first win in the first late model race. Hayden Woods got the win in the second one. Mod 4s, Kevin Canner got another win in the Mod 4s, but his streak came to an end at Motor Mile.
Oh, really?
He did not do well at Motor Mile on Saturday. At Bowman Gray, the modifieds, John Boy Brown won. At Caraway, Blaze Brinkley got the win. At Motor Mile, late model race number 1, Mike Looney. Late model race number 2, Mike Looney. That's pretty good deal. He could win both ends of it, isn't
I know that's I've only done that once in late model sweep tonight, and that was it's hard to do, especially with the invert.
And especially with the fact that the tire situation like it is. I don't know how many times that's been done here in Langley. Has it been done many times?
Greg's done it quite a few times. Connor did it once last year at the end. I had a shot to do it last week, but didn't get it done.
Well, we ain't gonna say
We
about
ain't
Rick.
No, I'm just kidding. But no, it's tough to do. I mean, especially now, there's so everybody like the top 5 or 6 here are so tight, man.
Up at Dominion Speedway this past weekend, Peyton Sellers got wins in both late model races. Trey Williams got the Bando win, and Ryan Matthews got another Virginia Racer win. In the Southern Super Series down at Mobile
Did he get
Speedway.
protested again? I see
No, he
this.
did.
They pulled his motor because he won 3 in a row. Even though I guess the DQ, he still won 3 in a row. So they pulled the motor to go get it checked.
Well, his
It
DQ,
passed.
he passed, right? Isn't it? He didn't get DQ.
Oh, they overturned it in the spring thing.
Oh, they kept those.
Yeah, they
Oh, they
kept
did. Oh,
Yeah, they kept those.
that's right. That's right. I was thinking.
Yeah, but
Somebody protested his motor. No, that
no,
was.
That's Davey Callahan.
That's right. That's what I was thinking.
But Ryan passed.
At Tri-County Speedway, Braden Rogers got the win there. Virginia Motor Speedway, the late model winner up there was Justin Williams. And here at Langley Speedway this past weekend, in the Cards Tour, Caden Honeycutt with his spotter, Brendan Butterbean Queen.
I got a new job. It's better than racing, man. I'm in the wrong business.
It's a whole lot
So
cheaper.
you thinking about giving it up and go spotting for people?
I think that's I got here after practice, ate a Jimmy John's sandwich in the pit, drink a couple waters, talked to the other spotter, talked to the driver. I met the driver. That was the first time I met him. Sat in the stands for qualifying, went up top, came back down, and played with the champagne for a little bit down there, and I left. It was a very, very easy. Didn't have to load up, nothing.
Yeah.
You're fine. Oh, you're fine. Well, I'm racing that one. I told him I couldn't make that one anyways, so we're good.
And
Just
Jake, we haven't heard from Jacob, so I guess we're scheduling for next week.
Yeah, we haven't heard anything about Jacob yet. So
Yeah, Mason wants to know who won this Southern Super Series.
at Montgomery, not Mobile. Okay, well, Montgomery, not Mobile. Why does he have to be a politically correct person?
Because it's just Mason. What else can you say?
I think Mason just sits around and
hey, one of the funniest things I seen happen to was it Mason? Yeah, somebody walked up on the other team on Greg's team or something and kicked his tires right off his tire carts, and I came up behind and tried to do it, and I tell him to do that every week now.
You got to shout out to Randy Akers. You know, he run in
Autumn Weaver's car.
Yeah, an Autumn Weaver's car. Qualified third, ended up fourth, I think.
All right, in the Grand Stock race here at Langley Speedway, Chris Roberts got another win. U-Cars, Christian Keller,
And
and I got a picture from Cody Bryant. He's got our stickers on his car now.
yeah,
So-
so his motor jacked up.
So, well, that had nothing to do with it.
Who's the winner? of the
Wait a
week?
minute, I ain't got there for yet.
Oh, you're slow.
In the Super Trucks, Ryan Huff. I mean, Ryan Huff gives Scott
Was
Allen
that-
a fit. Everyone in Pro
Was that
6.
official? There was some controversy going on at the end of the night.
Well, I ain't heard
Oh, they
nothing
went to
different.
Tech. Oh, I saw the 8 and the 62. The 62 bump draft there for about 2 laps.
Anyway, driver of the week this past week, Chris Roberts got the driver of the week. He is the Grand Stock driver. I think he's won like 4 in a row. And
Yes,
so he
4.
got. Also, we're going to make the announcement for last month in the month of May. Our driver of the month, Chris Roberts, got driver of the month because of his good runs.
He swept the month.
Yeah.
Nice.
And the rookie of the month, we're going to give to Cody Bryant. So that's who got the awards.
Who's veteran of the month?
Veteran of the month, we're going to give that to Gary Osborne because he's so old. We're just glad he got around and got in a truck. You're a winner. You're not old yet.
I was just asking.
You're not old,
I was just
old.
asking. I haven't done anything. I'm just a spotter.
But you
This
won.
week.
I'm just a spotter this
Well, if we had a spotter of the week, I'd say you'd probably win it.
Sweet. Well, Anthony won with Larson, so I'd probably
Oh,
lose
yeah,
that one
sure.
too.
That's
Probably lose
true.
that one too. You know.
Second fiddle again.
But a good thing is I did win with Anthony's car that he spots for.
So you're saying you did a better job?
Well,
I mean, he's on here. I've seen him.
No, I'm not saying that. I learned from Anthony. I learned everything I know from Anthony. But, I had an easy job this week. Kind of like him. We both started on the pole. They swept both stages. We led every lap. With every lap.
Three car lead, 4 car.
Save your right rear.
Save the time.
No, Anthony is. I've had him spot for me, and he is on point.
I heard he was good.
Really,
I heard he was good at it.
I mean, there's a reason he gets the call.
Phil's my spotter, and he's the legend. But Anthony's got he's a little bit of a more, gives you, like you're racing at Daytona, gives you more technical,
more precise.
Phil says I don't need to know that, so
he makes the decision for you.
Yeah. Anthony lets you know a lot of your surroundings that are like the lines forming behind you.
How does that work really with you and Phil? I mean, Phil's won everything in the world out here in Langley. I know he's got to go, God, I wish that boy would listen to what I'm telling him.
Well, I'll tell you this. The last race when we were winning, I keyed the mic just the best of it. It was like the last 5 laps or whatever. And I'm like, can I still manage a little bit here? He's like, yeah. I said, how's the car look? I said, car looks great. Looks like somebody showed up and knew what they were doing. I said, how's the driver look? Driver looks shitty. I said, thanks.
Well, that's pretty much telling you how that works.
So I said, 10-4, keep digging. So no, he's on me about a couple things. I'm starting to get a little bit better. And I told him after spotting the cars for a race, I think I learned what he's been yelling at me. So
you wouldn't want to tell us what that is.
I can't say.
No,
but I think it's really going to help me.
I wouldn't, because Scott would try and tear up his car or something.
Mud scraper of the week. Oh, yeah. I'm good at that, too.
All right. Well, that's our show for tonight. Before we go, I want to send out our thoughts and prayers to a legend of mine. These guys probably don't even know him that well. I know Scott knows him, but doesn't know him well. Joe Huss. It's in a hospital in ICU. I think it's in south of Roanoke Rapids or whatever. He's on a ventilator, not doing well at all. They found a mass in his pancreas, and when they went in to do the surgery, he also had COVID. And tomorrow morning they will make the decision on what the plans are going to be. But please, everybody, say a little prayer for Joe and his family. I've gotten to know him very well, and I knew Joe for years, and so it's going to be a hard day for him tomorrow. And so I want everybody to please be thinking of them, and so they can get through this. So anyway, thanks for everybody for tuning in tonight. Thank Brendan Queen and Rick Godovic, even though they crashed each other and didn't want to talk about it. And
thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
And hopefully next week we'll get Jacob on the show. I was all prepared for Jacob this week.
Has he won?
He won driver of the week.
They didn't have these when I won. I didn't get any of this.
So we finally got some sponsors.
I didn't even get it. I'm gonna make mine.
See, you get sponsors.
I'm gonna make mine and put the date. I go back and watch the show. Figure out what date it was.
Yeah.
So anyway, all right. Thank you all for being with us. We'll talk to you again next week.
You got to turn it on.
Oh, I got to do it. I'm waiting on you to do it.
Why are you double clicking?
Cut.
It ain't cutting.
It just hit
Cut.
the top.
We're out.
Not twice.
Cut.
Just hit it once.
I hit it once.
There you go.
All right, bye. We're gonna go this time.
And then another screen. You ain't even golf yet.
Cut.